I'm surprising my kiddo by building their loft bed in our tiny home. Wait, no wires. Should check that first. I have 3 days to get it done, and I'm on my own for this one. Hey, I'm Jane. I'm a single mom, and I'm not letting that hold me back. I bought 5 acres of raw land in the Kootenai Rockies, where I'm building my own home and homestead, planting a food forest, creating art, and living life on my own terms. All of this is so one day, hopefully, my kiddo won't need to struggle the way that I did. Come along with me as I create my very own freedom recipe. 6 years ago, I started building this tiny home with the plan that I would be finished in 9 months. Obviously, it didn't quite work out that way. More on that later, because I gotta get building this bed before my kid comes back from their dad's. Before I can start building though, I need to remove everything that's up there. As with any kid, their room's a mess. This part of the tiny home is the least finished because my kiddo likes to sleep in my bed, and I'm totally okay with that. It's just me, I don't have a partner, so our bedtime chats are one of the best times for us to connect without the distractions of school, screens, or chores. But they're getting older, and I know it's going to be important for them to have their own private space soon. I've also given them free rein over the design of their bedroom loft, so it's been purple, pink, blue, and now black. But this bed is going to be the first thing that's permanent here, so it's got to be designed with my end vision in sight. I'm not 100% clear on what that end vision exactly looks like, but this bed will set the tone for it. I gotta run into town to grab all the lumber I'm gonna need to build this bed, and I asked my brother Ben to meet me here with his skill saw to cut some of it to fit into my car. I do have a skill saw at home, but it's been acting up and jutting backwards when I cut, which is pretty dangerous, so I thought that this would be a safer bet. Ben's also worked as a professional carpenter, so his cutting skills are far better than mine. I figured I'd ask him to do the long rips of the plywood because I know they're gonna be cleaner lines than mine would be. Is it weird to cut in the parking lot? Yeah, sure is. But since his tools are cordless and I don't have a truck, I kind of think that this is a great solution.
Nope. Sorry.
I think my family's so used to my unusual ideas that they just laugh and roll with it at this point. Do you want my gloves?
No, thanks. Appreciate it.
Ow!
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah, to get that strength going.
Ow.
Build those calluses.
Is he a guitar player?
Yeah.
Do you want to snap it?
Sure.
Okay.
Ow!
Having a chalk line is worth the pinched finger. Holy, it is so hot. It feels like spring is coming, which is awesome because I love gardening.
Just move that board in. I'm just trying to keep the wood off the wet. 18's final answer. Classic measure twice, cut once. That's why I'm gonna keep asking.
Well,
But
hold on, my brain is like, yeah, 18 is one of them. I wish I had recorded this bit because I said burr and we both started singing, "It's cold in here. There must be some clovers in the atmosphere."
what was
I saw that movie an embarrassing amount of times in the theater because I went with both the cheerleading teams that I started.
Yeah, I got the door tore. Oh my god, it's such a douche, but I still love that scene.
I heard someone say that whether you say clovers or toros during that chant, it tells me what kind of person you are. I mean, yeah, it kind of does. Now it's time to take this lumber home, and this bed build is all up to me.
Headlights on the highway, If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you.
Back home, I gotta get all the lumber out of my Mary Poppins bag of a car and start measuring and cutting everything. I ended up borrowing Ben's saw because I just don't trust mine not to take my fingers. Okay, I have to find the prettiest one because it's gonna be at the end of the bed. And this will be the one that people will actually see. Maybe, no. Not the prettiest line, but you'll have to do. Wait, what? No. Why do you turn off? On. What? Why? Go. Why is it always 2 steps forward and 1 step back?
Hello?
Hi. Any idea why when I push the button to turn it on, it shows me 3 red lights and then it just turns off? Am I supposed to push it twice to turn it on or something? Or like...
No, there's like the spot around where your thumb is, where you gotta push it down.
Like where
Unlock it.
Yeah. Like unlock it. It's been a while since I've constructed anything on my own, and I think that all of my skills left with my confidence. Is it on then? Oh, it is on. Well then, never mind, it's on.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, well thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
Good luck.
Thanks. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm really grateful that there's hydro here now so I can send out my SOS calls. Gotta find the sunny side of the situation, you know? That's not that good. Frig. It's not a straight cut. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. God, that's a horrible cut. Well, that's as good as she's gonna get. I'm hoping all of my skills will come back as I go. Okay, we are losing light. Let's try to do this, okay? I'm gonna do all of my measuring and cutting at once because it's pitch black here at night and I really hate going into the darkness when the predators are out there. Yes, an electric fence is on the list. Because the loft is such a tight space, I have to build the bed up there. So I figure if everything's cut, then maybe it'll be like assembling IKEA furniture. Wishful thinking. And yes, I am getting better with every cut. Thank goodness. Battery died. Honestly, it's probably for the best because it was pretty embarrassing how many wrong cuts I did and how many times I had to redo everything. But I did get everything laid out and finally it looks like it's fitting. I did realize that the bed is off center. It didn't need to be off center. There was no reason for it to be off center and I've already cut everything. So that's just how it's gonna go. I'll try to fix it when I do a headboard or whatever I'm doing with this back wall, but it's just typical, you know? So everything is getting screwed in just the way it is. It's really hard to do all this with some of their stuff up there. Oh man, my brain is shutting down. Building at night isn't my favorite, but I had to work today, so it's kind of hard to squeeze everything in. 25 and a half, 'cause the yellow submarine has been stuck in my head all day. The freaking yellow submarine. Why is it never the bangers that get stuck in your head? It couldn't have been come together right now over me. Nope, it had to be yellow friggin' submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. Hey, yellow submarine. Hey, yellow submarine. It's easier to work with music on, but I can't play music while I'm recording, so you get a little peek into my mumblings. Okay, this is starting to feel familiar again. Thank God for muscle memory. Plan. Oh, why does that look crooked? Probably looks crooked because it's crooked. Stay there. Come on. No! I am feeling the lack of strength today, and I'm reminded that I promised myself that once I moved to this new land, I was gonna take my health seriously again. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I promise. Woo! Okay. 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 Okay, that works. Okay, I'm finding my groove again, and the fear of doing this alone is starting to fade. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but it will be functional, and that's all I really need it to be. Ow! Ow! Ow. There's not a lot of headroom in here. Oh, yeah. Okay. That is very high, but it's staying. I can do this. I can do this. I hope that's in the right spot. Wait, yeah. Okay, come on. Oh my gosh, this is crazy, as usual. Building in such a tight space is really limiting, but I'm making it work. When there aren't any options, then I kind of just find a way. Despite my really old secondhand tools and my limited skills, I can actually see this coming together to look like a bed frame. We're cooking with gas. Oopsies. I actually designed this bed 6 years ago when I first drew out the plans for the tiny home, and it's really cool to see a project that felt like it was never gonna happen finally come to life. Now that the tiny home is in her forever spot, I can pick away at these projects and someday feel like I don't live in a storage closet anymore. Sweet! I can, let's fasten it to the back wall. Yes! Feeling better, feeling more confident. Wait, no wires. Should check that first. I'm feeling rushed for some reason, and that's making me panic. But I have almost a whole week until they come back from their dads, so I can chill out. My design plan for this bed is to have boxes alongside it for clothes, and there's also access to a closet behind the headboard. Overall, I want this loft to have a similar feel to my bedroom, but not be an exact copy of it. The whole tiny home is gonna feel like a winter chalet meets bohemian or even medieval vibes. Okay. So, that there. Okay. I want my kiddo to have the freedom to choose the colors of their room, but after I build my timber frame home on this land, the tiny home will become a vacation rental. So I gotta keep that in mind since this bed will be part of that experience for my guests. It's a tiny bit crooked, but I think it'll be okay. So my eyes were a little bit bigger than my belly for this project. As usual, I'm like, I can build this in a day. I'll build it in a couple hours. No, this is gonna be a multiple day project, and that's just the way she goes. One tip I heard another person with a tiny home suggest was that you shouldn't buy a tiny home until you absolutely have a place to put it. I learned that the hard way. I had to rent a spot for it, then I bought property with a friend, then I bought my own land. And I had to move the tiny home 3 times throughout all of that. All of those moves cost a lot of money, plus I built my cabin studio, my throne room, and I renovated the last property that I owned. So it feels surreal to be working on the tiny home again, and I can't wait to show you how the bed turned out next week. And no matter what you do in life, remember to pour love into it.